morning, everybody. It's Brooke with Mrs. Coghill Farm on a very humid day here in Alabama. Y'all, we have got a winter storm coming in. Of course, it's fall, but temperatures Monday night are supposed to be in the low 20s. So we went from, I could have a tank top and shorts on today. I got dressed this morning thinking it was going to be another cool morning, but I've got long sleeves on and pants, and it is just so humid. Temperatures are about to take a drastic change. And first thing I noticed this morning is something that I wanted to share with you guys about our barn cats. So the barn cats, of course, it's Biscuit, Sylvester, and Bramble. They frequent this barn. They know the area. They sleep here. They play here. Everything they do is in this barn. I put a window seat in for them last winter, and immediately they started enjoying it. But what I noticed was that when the temperatures warmed up in the heat of the summer, they stopped using it. But I'm going to tell y'all something. It came to my mind this morning as I was filling up the horse's feed with the water and letting it soak, and Peach's food with water and letting it soak. Something changes when the temperatures drop a little bit. So sorry about the glare on the window, but these cats literally race to see who's going to get this first seat in the window when the temperatures change. And they don't get out. If I want to know where Biscuit is or Sylvester, I don't see Bramble as much as I do these two enjoying the window seat. But if I want to know where they are, I can just about guarantee coming and looking in this window where the sun comes in and it obviously warms their body up is where I'm going to find them. Right, Biscuit? You don't particularly care for that hot sun in the summer, and I don't blame you too much. But you do like it when the weather cools off. Now, she's hopping down, and she probably realizes what the temperatures are going to be today, because I know I do. But I got stuff I got to get done. So there's a few things that I wanted to share with you guys today, and we're going to get started. Since we stacked the hay in the barn, this is just about where you can be guaranteed to find Mr. Bramble. Now, there have been times when Biscuit and Sylvester have climbed up there as well, but I think Bramble is just a little too big for the window seat. He's a big boy, and he just feels more comfortable being on top of a hay bale. Don't you, buddy? Yeah. All right, ladies. I know what y'all are waiting on. Here we go. Come on. Come on. All right, let's see how y'all did on the eggs yesterday. I know one thing. Y'all must have thought I needed some feathers. You think I'm making a pretty hat or something? I need you to leave me some feathers because I got quite a few. We told y'all that they're going through a molt, and so I'm not expecting to get near the eggs that we normally do, but we'll see. I got 5 on this side. Feathers on this side too. Look at here. I said eggs, ladies, not feathers. Look. True example of a molt. So 7, 9, 10, 17, and 1 in the box. 2 in the box. Y'all did very well. Very, very good. Back to the barn with a beautiful basket of 17 eggs. Gonna get these cartoned up. First thing, Willie told me that he and Resca have finished their breakfast. So I'm gonna go get those guys and girls let out of the back of the barn and into the big cow pasture. All right, boys and girls. I see y'all finished your breakfast. You ready to go out into the big wide world? Got some rain here last night. Everything's a little bit damp. That's just bringing in that cold weather. I think it's supposed to be really windy tomorrow. These two are incredibly cautious when it comes to gates and going into places. Even though they've done it over and over again, well, he didn't show much caution there. Resca's more cautious than he is. They have their own pattern and ways of doing things. I was about to tell y'all they're going to go around the back of the shelter, but here they go in the front, so patterns obviously mean nothing. Made me look like a... didn't know what I was talking about there, Willie and Resca. Usually they go around back. I can see Moody has been working on the trough. He didn't get very far. The ratchet straps are holding it down, and I got to get Matilda's bucket that she had her grain and lubricant stored back in the barn. Y'all can see Moody and Mildred out there grazing on the leftover grass. Willie and Resca are headed over to where they are, but they have all eaten and got their bellies full, and now they're just out enjoying the sunshine and a little bit of leftover grazing. All right, Miss Pocket, I see you got finished. About time for you to get some hay, isn't it? I know you got a scratching post over there, but you feel the need to rub on the fence and let that fence know how strong your 300-pound self is. Your friend's over there laid out in the sunshine. She got finished early, and she says she's gonna soak in the rays before that cool weather comes. That means I probably better get her another bag of shavings so she can build y'all a nice tall bed for these cold nights that are to come. Bramble and Pocket. All right, girl, you're looking good. I'm gonna get you some hay. Y'all watch how quick she is. Put her some hay in the hay feeder here, and here she comes with her little self. You gotta have that hay, don't you, girl? All right, enjoy. Most of you guys have seen us use the Greystone pasture vacuum, better known as the paddy wagon, and it has multiple purposes. You can clean out water troughs, you can suck up manure, you can do leaves, you can clean up debris, but I got to thinking about something, and I was wondering if I couldn't suck up some nuts for the deer. So you guys probably know that we have been creating a food plot or a place for the deer to come and graze and eat, and we enjoy just watching them and seeing them in their natural environment. And I thought, what better way to offer them an easy buffet than to see if the Greystone pasture vacuum won't suck up some acorns, which is their favorite diet in the wild. I don't know if it's going to work out well, and I don't even know if I have a tree that's offering enough acorns for me to benefit from going over to suck them up and seeing if it'll work, but that's my thoughts. And I'm thinking if I just gathered a 5-gallon bucket, that would be a great treat for the deer. What you two fellas doing? Jason's over working on the gate up at the front of the property. We had a little issue with it not wanting to open properly, so he's doing a little troubleshooting, trying to get that back going, and it looks like he's got quite the audience. Nugget, do you think Jason knows what he's doing? He's trying to repair the gate so we can get in and out, and I don't know if he needs your help or not, but just keep an eye out. Oh, this is a good sign. It's either gonna be fixed or not fixed. Let's find out. Or let's not. He's obviously headed to get some tools or something else because he waved and kept going. So I'll find out later if the gate's fixed. Y'all see my supervisors or Secret Service over there. I said I was gonna ask you, did you get it fixed? Yeah. Good.
I gotta put the pins back in.
Well, I knew that you were working diligently, and you had 3 boys watching you.
Yeah.
They were gonna let me know if you didn't do things correctly.
What 3 boys?
Well, Nugget was on one corner.
Yeah.
And Ernest T and Opie, they were sitting, they were both, all 3 staring at you, so I knew if something didn't go right, they were gonna let me know. So you got the gate fixed?
Yeah, I got it fixed.
All right, well, I got an idea, and I'll let you know if it works or if I come up with a plan to do what I think I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Details later. Well, Dee Dee, You tapped out on me early today, girl. You decided you wanted to come back home and get let inside instead of going to feed and working on the farm? All right, and whatever you prefer, I'll let you in. I'm gonna go right on the side-by-side. I bet when you hear it crank up, you might change your mind. I knew you'd change your mind once you knew I was going on the side-by-side. I had to come back and get you. Scoot over. Scoot over. All right, and get your place ready. Have you ever seen me scratch out like that when I go to sit down? Hey, Dee. I don't know where you decided that you needed to make it just right. Whatever you need to do, girl. Let's go. I thought I had the perfect idea, and I'm behind the house where we've got some oak trees. Some of them are smaller than others, but this was my idea, was to come over here and see if there weren't some acorns, enough of them to collect and provide for the deer. But when I got over here, I quickly realized something, y'all, and that is, it may not be such a good idea to suck up the acorns after all. So our property is full of gravel, and it's full of thousands of acorns mixed in with the gravel. But I got to thinking, I wonder if it might harm the machine if I suck up this and get gravel at the same time. And my Google told me it probably wasn't a good idea. So Pink has come to visit me, and little Pink is our barn cat who loves attention, but she won't sit at her end of the property. She doesn't frequent the house or the barn. She just stays down here at the old barn, and that's what she likes. So Pink came to visit us. Y'all can see there are lots and lots of acorns here that I'm just gonna have to leave because I don't want to take a chance of damaging the machine. Now it may be that as I head down to the area where the green field is, that I might find an oak tree that doesn't have a lot of gravel. But I think unless I'm in the wooded area, I'm gonna find the same situation. And it's just the way our property is. So I didn't think of that ahead of time, and I do want to do that in the future, but I gotta find the perfect spot. Don't wanna be sucking up rocks and potentially damage the machine. So we're gonna go take a look at the deer field now. And after the rain last night, I have a feeling everything's greened up. And I also have a little something to share with you guys. Oh my gracious. This is quite a bit different than the last time I was over here. So, while I was not feeling well, Jason came over. I asked him to make sure that the deer had feed, and I had picked some up, so we had some for him to refill if needed. And he also surprised me with a little something extra.
The feeder is knocked over right there. You can see all the corns out of it. I do not think the wind did that. I really don't. I'm thinking possibly the deer did that. I'm guessing. I'm not quite for sure. This area is down in a hollow. We got wind breaks all over here. It's going this way, so I just don't see the wind, and that's a lot of corn right there. I'm thinking a deer jumped up there and pushed on it and knocked that thing over is my guess. I really do think that, see, we were trying to figure out where to put the camera. The camera we got is made for a tree. They make one for a T-post, but our local store didn't have it in stock. I'd have to order it. Move the feeder, if I can get it put back together, to a closer spot there, maybe on a little bit more flatter ground. We just had it in the middle of the pasture, middle of this deer plot, you know, feed plot. Just because, you know, we just thought being in the middle would be best. But I'm starting to second guess that. If we can get it on some flatter ground, I can get it closer to a tree, and we can get the camera right there on it. I'm really liking that spot right there, y'all. Right there. It's a little bit flatter. And I got 2 nice trees right there that I can set the camera up on. All right, I think that's perfect. I got several trees right there, 3. As a matter of fact, I can put the camera on. All right, y'all, I got it all set up, ready to roll. Hopefully, Holly, we can figure out what knocked that thing over. What do you think? Think it was the wind? I just don't think it was the wind.
Y'all see on the tree right here? Jason got a camera set up. Did y'all hear the doves? I don't know if it caught it on the microphone or not, but they were above me in the pine trees. Jason got a camera set up. He also moved the feeder over to this side of the green field, and that way he could use the tree instead of having to set a post for the camera. I think we still got some food in there. I can see corn on the ground. Let's see. It's about empty. That's okay. I got them situated because I got some feed stored away. So y'all, he put the camera up for me, and lo and behold, I have enjoyed so much watching these animals that come to feed all hours. For the most part, it's during the night. We have some early morning and late afternoon, but that's the way deer do. It's, you know, they're gonna do most of their feeding at night, and I am so thankful that I put that feeder out here and planted this patch back here in the back of our property so we can enjoy watching the deer. My mama has enjoyed watching the deer. It's actually an app for the camera that sends, you can notify it to send you an alert. And when Jason first put the camera up, he put the app on my phone and I let it give me notifications. Oh my goodness. I started getting notifications immediately. My phone was constantly going off. As a matter of fact, in my last video, I was getting the roselle out of the freeze dryer, and my notifications were constantly going off. Jason told me when he was editing, he said, "You might need to cut your notifications off next video." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because they were constantly beeping as you were trying to talk." Well, I knew what it was. It was my deer feeder. And I didn't want to cut that alert off because I need to know when they come and start eating so I can see them on the camera. Now, it doesn't do video. It just takes still pictures. But that's enough for me to enjoy. And Mary Carl's actually asked if we can keep something planted year-round for the deer to enjoy and know that they're going to get fed and taken care of here. Now I just need a bunch of names. I need a bunch of names. As you guys know, we don't hunt. We just enjoy taking care of nature and just enhancing what was given to us. The opportunity for them to come and graze and get full without having to work too hard is something that we enjoy seeing, and I know that they appreciate having a free meal. Even though I'm way over here in the back corner of the pasture, my Secret Service, one member anyway, Rocky, he had to let me know he knows where this area is. And I have caught the dogs on the camera a couple of times. It's mainly early, right after dusk, and a few raccoons and a few possums, but the dogs are just doing what they're intended to do, and that is guard the property. And we've caught a couple of pictures of them, but for the most part, they stay away from this area and they just stay at home. Now he's going into the woods, and I bet when he comes out, he's going to be wet because the creek's just on the other side of that wood line. And I also noticed something that made me realize I didn't do a bad thing by not gathering the acorns, because obviously it's in their nature to search for food, but I want to make things easier for them and to know that they can come here and get a nice meal. But I noticed that we got a bunch of oak trees over here that actually are acorn producers. So I could have came over here and gathered acorns for them, but why when they can just come over here and forage for themselves? This right here is a young oak tree, and they've just about depleted the acres that are on the ground over here. Of course, there are probably more that will fall, but I think it's okay that I didn't try to gather those with the rocks and potentially damage the machine, because None of this area is fenced in. This is back behind the cow pasture. And while we do intend on fencing some of that in for the goats, the deer have a large area to graze naturally and do their thing. There's one right there. So I do know that I need to refill the feeder, and I'm gonna take my bighorn and trade it in for the tractor up at the house and get that done so they can continue to have their food source, especially since this cold weather's coming in. The temperatures have been rather warm here, and a cold front coming, I'm sure they know it, and they're gonna be searching for some extra food to keep them warm. Well, well, well. It was Rocky that I saw earlier, not Bandit. So it appears that Bandit had already made his way to the creek. If y'all can see his bottom half, he's rather muddy. And those two love to get wet. Now, Rocky, not so much Bandit, but they do enjoy going to the creek. Why don't you come on back here with me, buddy? I realized something when I got back up here to swap my side-by-side out for the tractor, and that is Dee Dee left me. She came back home. She's sitting on the porch waiting to go inside. So maybe she really does want to quit working for the day. All right, girl, I'm not going to call you a quitter, but I think it's evident that you don't want to work today. And that's okay. We all have days like that. So you go on inside, and I'll be in to fix you some lunch later. What's that saying? Don't try this at home, kids? Yeah, I'd say don't try this at home, kids. I'm definitely gonna have to put the camera down in order to get the lid off and get this thing filled up. All right. Goodness. I think Jason filled it up where it's brook-proof. Or sealed it up. There we go. There's a little bit left, not much. I brought 4 bags. Don't know if it's going to take 4 bags, but we shall see. Cut my string off. I don't think it's going to hold 4. I hear Jason. I think he thinks he's coming to my rescue. Let's hope he doesn't have to rescue me. There he is. You caught me? No, I got it. I brought 4 bags, but I think 3's gonna fill it up. I said you were coming to my rescue. And I hoped you didn't have to come to my rescue.
No, I just wanted to make sure you was okay.
Well, I'm okay. Got it filled up. Now you can let me down.
Okay, it's green.
You don't have to crank it up. Yeah, just lower it slowly because I don't want to hit the leg of the feeder. Look at my camera. It hit the ground. Keep going. Keep going. You're good. All the way.
All the way?
Uh-huh. All right. Thank you, sir. See, you did come to my rescue. The same thing. On the deer camera, you can see the color green. But when you get back here, you realize how green it's gotten. This is what you call a green field. And there's corn all out that has dispersed over here. So it had a little bit left in it. We sure don't want our babies to go without. What is that?
They ate that molt, and it was this tall the other day. I didn't think
Oh, they ate it.
Yeah,
Or something did. How about that?
it is. Look at the winter peas.
Yeah, it's a variety.
Yeah, they're eating it.
I think it's going good. And I appreciate you putting the camera up for me when I was under the weather.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Got us some good pictures, and we know what we're feeding.
It's you and Mary Carl. It's like y'all's big thing. So, you know, every morning y'all get up, or y'all get up. That's the first thing you talk about in the morning.
Yeah. Did you see?
Have you seen the deer? Did you see the deer?
Well,
Y'all got them named and everything.
She named them all John Deere that are bucks, and all Jane Does that are does. So we got to do better than that. We are able to distinguish between the bucks, you know, by their antlers and different areas. But I was telling them that my notifications were going off in my last video, and that was the deer camera alert. I can't cut it off. Can't cut it off. So obviously I have it cut off right now because it would be telling me that there's something on the camera. Oh yeah. And we're gonna be on the pictures. We need to check that too and make sure we got plenty of battery left and all is well.
I think my app tells me all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna open up the deer feeder timer and make sure the battery's not gonna go dead on us. Got cold weather coming, Jason. We gotta feed all these animals. As if we don't have enough to take care of. So y'all remember when I first got over here and I said there were doves all above and I didn't know if y'all could hear them or not? Here's the evidence. They left us a feather behind to let us know that they've been enjoying the corn as well. We know we have wild turkeys in this property because there have been times in the past, back in the woods back here, we can hear gobbling off in a distance. And we hope that they come up here and enjoy some of this as well. So no telling what we're gonna catch on this camera. Just don't want wild hogs, which up to this point, we haven't had any in this area. Nobody has told us, but that can change in an instant. So we got a camera, we got a way to know what's frequenting back here and know what's enjoying what we've put out for them to eat. And y'all be thinking of names because we need a bunch of them. We got a lot of new pets here on the farm, and while we don't hunt, we do enjoy watching them and seeing nature in its natural environment. And I hope y'all do too, because it's something that I'll continue to share with you. And they just have a piece of my heart, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it so much. My mom does, Jason does, Mary Carl does, and I hope you do too. So y'all, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back. Until next time, y'all be good.